Hey guys, version 3.3 is around the corner, so I figured why not talk a little bit about Swiss cheese. I'm just kidding, of course. This version is gonna be here from March 5th until April 16th. We're gonna get the two new characters, Marsha and Igor. Marsha is gonna be the sustain character for Lingering Glow, or as I would like to call it, Afterglow. Igor unfortunately doesn't have a place in this game, he's completely useless. He would be loved to be played together with Muldir and Lopera. Those are two characters that are very lackluster and even a little bit outdated when it comes to Lopera. So that is never something you should ever consider doing in the first place. Marsha though is a quite respectable character and one of the best sustains in the entire game. So if you pulled for Beryl and Isolde, Marsha turns into an absolute must pull. You have to free up Fatutu from this team, there is no way around that. But even if you don't already play Afterglow, Marsha can still be considered a worthwhile pull. It depends a little bit on how many sustain characters are available on your account and how viable are those. If the spot sustain or healer is a spot that your teams usually struggle with, you can consider going in for Marsha. Alright, then we have new story chapter 12 called The Campaign's Tale. We get the stories for Marsha and Igor, who would have guessed, and we have an anecdote for the character Muldir. We have Euphoria updates here for the characters An Lee and Mercuria. An Lee is turning impromptu and she is waiting for the next version 3.4. Mercuria though is a little bit left in the dust, if I'm being honest. She gets an update to what she already does, so that means, yeah, she is the best slottable character in the game. The problem is, you don't want to be a slottable character in this game. You want to have your best in slot, and you want to have that best in slot on a respectable high tier meta team. If you don't have that, yeah, then you are very lackluster to begin with, right? You can slot her into rank up. There she has even her best in slot, but the rank up team is not crushing it anymore unless the new character in version 3.5 called Ramona is gonna be the new main DPS for the rank up team. Then we're actually talking, but that is future music, that is not confirmed yet. So going by what we know and the facts that we have, Mercuria doesn't belong into any team that would be worth going and pulling on this Euphoria banner for her or anything like that. Okay, we have other banners in this game here. For Marsha, for example, that lasts from March 5th all the way up to March 26th. On March 26th, this banner for Marsha is going away and the Igor banner comes into play, and he will stay here all the way up to April 16th, which is the end of the version. Now let's talk a little bit more about the Euphoria banner and make it complete. We of course have An Lee and Mercuria featured here, but we also have Getian and Melania. That is so that you can play Igor in a respectable team, quote unquote, in case you don't have access to Muldir and maybe you even lack the character Lopera. That is, as I said, very lackluster. Melania and Getian, even with the best in slot Recoleta, or no matter who you pair these characters with, they are not crushing it anymore. They are not holding up very well in the meta, at least. They are not unplayable, they are not garbage or anything like that, but yeah, they are not great anymore either, unfortunately. Then we have Isolde and Calabauna here for another chance in case you maybe wanted one of those, you didn't have the resources at the time, here you go, another chance for you. Maybe this time around you will have the resources. Other than that, and last but not least concerning banners, we have this scam banner right here featuring Sentinel and Sharon. This is going to be here from April 1st all the way up to April 14. That means it is not here until the very end of the version, so keep that in mind. Remember, we call this a scam banner for a reason, for very simple facts. You can go in here. If you are like, hey, I miss Sharon. I know Sharon is very, very good. Everyone talks about Sharon, everyone loves him, and everyone tells me Dynamo is unplayable without Sharon. So I might want to go in here and grab him. Yeah, all of this is fine, all of this is true, but you go in here and you keep spending and spending and spending and spending all the way up until you have Sentinel P5, and you still sit there after spending like 300, 400 bunnies without Sharon. That is not what you want. This is why this is scam banner, because you are never guaranteed one of those characters, no matter what will ever happen. So again, you end up with P5 Sentinel and without Sharon. That is not what you want. The same scenario occurs the other way around as well, of course. Then we have a little bit of new gameplay here, a new mode that is tough, or can be tough as nails. It's kind of the same story as Main's Bulletin. Here you choose a boss, you battle it, and you can set the difficulty yourself by applying perks, aka buffs and debuffs to that boss. You can make this extremely difficult, so it is a good mode to like really test things out and see how far you can take it. It's called Tides of Thought, and it's gonna be a gameplay mode for the reveries in the rain. Then we have a new kind of selection of mini games. It's called the 8-bit arcade remix. Again, a few mini games here in a pixel kind of arcade format. I'm probably gonna have a lot of fun with this, but I know this is not everyone's cup of tea. If you don't enjoy this, you're gonna have a very hard time with this version, because this is literally the only content you will get, so you better enjoy that crap. Okay, moving on to reoccurring events. Yeah, boring Main's Bulletin. Everyone hates that crap right now. It's just a huge bait, right? Either you obliterate this with the best team in the entire game, which is Blood Tide, and you cheat your way and brute force your way through this, or you're gonna pull for the newest available characters, and yeah, people are gonna trying to hit the highest score here, which is 10 million. That is not needed. You only need half of that. You only need 5 millions, and there you go. You have all the rewards claimed that have some value, right? But people are getting really mad and really frustrated for not hitting this 10 million, and then they feel weak and they gonna go in, pull for the characters, and then they flex that they hit 10 million. So be very, very careful with this garbage Main's Bulletin design crap. Don't fall for this bullshit. No one gives a fuck if you hit the 10 million or not. You cannot flex anything in this mode. Remember that. No one cares other than yourself. Here we have a war room, yeah, skip, right? Then we have garments, and usually I'm praising the garments, and I'm a very, very big fan of the garments, except for this 5-star crap here. This time excuse me, it happens with Bunny gets a skin that, irrelevant. Another skin here for our very beautiful Muldia that in my opinion doesn't fit the vibe of the character at all. I'm not the biggest fan. I love Muldia, absolute pretty, right? But yeah, this skin is not crushing it for me. Same or even worse for Sentinel. I think this skin is terrible. It makes her look worse, but yeah, that is kind of subjective, right? It's just my opinion. I'm not a fan of those skins. Here, same scenario occurs for me when I look at this medicine pocket kind of skin. Why in the world is he even hanging upside down? What in the fuck is he doing? This is the Battle Pass skin. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look in that skin real quick. Here we have it. Let's watch the trailer real quick. His weapon looks pretty cool, I gotta say. But that's about it, this one. I like the weapon, but everything else is just why? I don't really get it for all of these skins. Here the debuff, pretty boring. Yeah, the ultimate is pretty cool, but that's the case. Isn't that the case for every single garment? And what about these coins? Like, For all of the garments in version 3.3, I have a hard time grasping what they're trying to tell us here. I honestly, I don't get it. And I think the vibe of the characters is not portrayed here at all. But anyways, let's keep moving. Miracle Mart, skip. Here, this is how you can make a wilderness look. Yay. Then we get some freebies, and the very best thing about this entire version is the preview for the next version, for 3.4. That version is gonna be an absolute insane juggernaut, and I can't wait for it. But for version 3.3, I don't know, guys, like, I mean, nothing here makes me be excited at all. We have no content, we have Tides of Thought, and we have this arcade remix here. That's it, you know what I mean? The new characters, very boring, you know? Marsha at least is very, very good, but this is a Kibarina kind of playstyle that is not the most exciting thing and not the most fun thing to play around with. Igor could be a little bit more fun, but he's so garbage that, I mean, really it's super duper hard for me to care at all. I love the character in himself. I was excited for the release, but I mean, what the hell, they did him so dirty. That's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So I'm asking you, am I like wrong here? Is there something to be excited that I'm missing? Or what do you think about version 3.3? What are you excited about? Other than maybe a little bit Marsha, you know? But that's about it. That's the whole version. I mean, whoa, what else is here, right? Tell me about it in the comment section down below, please. That's it for me for today though, guys. I hope that video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love the game, but not the version.